I told you before. I told you he would be back. But you didn't listen. And tonight, the spook returns.
All right, yo, what is going on, you guys? We are back. It is Tmoneyplayz with my camera and Jewdog1302jay and his camera. How you guys doing tonight?
Everybody's having a fabulous night. Is everybody ready? T-Money, you ready for Halloween?
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm gonna be Star-Lord again. Fuck it. I went to Comic-Con. I was Star-Lord, so I'm just gonna dress up as Star-Lord and give out some candy. Fuck it.
Hey, that's what's up. Hell yeah. All
went,
right.
dude.
You want to go ahead and segue us into the podcast?
Yeah. Oh, I'm
All
sorry. I
right.
just want to say I finally like realized how much after the first of the what was it Infinity War, how much hate people have for Star-Lord. When I went dressed, like I just kept getting funny looks. And nobody was dressed as Star-Lord. I was the only one there dressed as Star-Lord. And I was like, oh, they got fucked up. Nah, I'm just fucking around. It was a great time. It was awesome.
Oh
But
yeah, I bet.
coming back to what we're doing is, guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the OGGC podcast, Spooky Scares of the Night, Season 1, Episode 1, Into the Dark. It's your boy Jewdog and T-Money, and we're going to be talking about scary stuff and whatnot. See where it goes.
Yeah. And if you guys have any suggestions or you guys want to hear us talk about things on future podcasts, drop it down in the comments section down below. And we will go ahead and write something up for future podcasts for you guys, answering your guys' questions. So getting started, Jewdog, what is the first set of topics we got going on?
I guess the first set of topics, keeping like with Halloween and stuff, this game that I was telling you about, or like, yeah, that I was telling you about when we were testing out the stuff that I was saying, forgot the name of it. It's something with an R, but it's like some lady, what's her name? Celine or something like that. And she's like an astronaut. And every time she dies, like the planet, everything resets. And like she has to, like, cause they find a distress call or whatever. Like it's got a lot of like elements of like Lovecraft and like stuff like that, and it is very interesting because I'm a big Dead Space fan, so it kind of like had that feel to it, but it was just insane because like one of my biggest fears is like legit not being able to like die, like that's one of my biggest fears, and like that's the whole point of the game. Like every time she dies, she comes back, and you can see her like the body, like she knows that she's dead, like it's fucking weird. And then at the end, the guy's talking about it, and she gets buried. Like she lives out a life. Like supposedly you finish the game, and then she lives out her life, kids and stuff, and then she gets buried. Excuse me, sorry. She gets buried, and then wakes up again on the fucking planet. And I was like, oh hell no, fuck that. Like nope.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it was weird. Like it re revenging something revengeance or something like that, but it looked crazy. I was like, man, like, but I think it's a PC game, I'm not sure, but I was like, man, like that would be a badass topic to talk about. I was kind of hoping maybe you would know what it like, more, like maybe you might have played, because I've never played it. I just saw somebody like talking about it, and it looked great, like looked really good.
Right.
Also, too, the Dead Space remake. That looks pretty
Ooh.
dope. The Dead Space Part One.
I
Have you
saw
played that?
it. I saw the trailer for it. Yeah.
It looks good. It
That
looks
is
good, man.
crazy. Yeah.
The first time I played it, it was like I think 2009, or I was like a freshman in high school, and I'd rented back when you could rent movies, when you could go to the video store and fucking rent movies. I would went and I just saw it. It just stuck out to me. It had like the hand, the severed hand, and I was like, you know what, this looks pretty cool. Check it out. I knew
Yeah.
my mind, like, I was terrified. I was like, oh my fucking god, like who the fuck makes this? Why? and
Yeah,
then
true.
and then I was in love. I was in love from there. Like it's a great story. It just has everything that you would want in like a horror game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the whole survival. I'm a big fan of like that. Like the suits also, like they were, how do you say, like I guess like steampunkish, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
were pretty cool, and the monsters too. It reminded me a lot of The Thing. And like I'm a big fan of that movie, so that's why I was like, dude, like this is like The Thing in space, like, you know.
Right. Yeah, I'm a sucker for steampunk looking stuff. So who knows? I might end up getting it. Just check it out and shit.
Yeah, dude, it's great. Like even if you don't get the remake, the new one, the original one, I think it's on Game Pass. It's like $15 or something.
Well, that's because you got Xbox. I have PlayStation, so I'd have to check and see if it's on PlayStation Plus or not.
That's right. That's right. I No, it's not an exclusive. Yeah, I think they do have it for PlayStation. Well, they did make it for, because like some games are exclusives and whatnot.
Right. All right. So segueing into our next topic, talking about those gas prices. We all know that's some scary stuff going on right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
So what are your thoughts on that?
it's scary. It sucks. Well, like really, in reality, it scares me, but at the same time, it really doesn't, because I walk to work, so I don't really like have to worry, too much. But at the end of the day, you sometimes like you have to go here, you got to go to the mail, like places where you can't walk to. Like my dad runs a lot of errands for the business that we have, so at the end of the day, it's like kind of like little run here there. It's like, whoa, like it's a good chunk of the check right there, just on gas, and that's kind of scary.
Right.
It's scary, and then also too, like it just makes everybody, like I've noticed ever since they went up, everybody's attitude has been a little more snippy. Like before you talk to people and you're like, hey, what's up, dude? They're like, cool. And ever since gas has gone up, everybody's now more like, whatever, dude. Like, okay, like I didn't fucking raise the gas prices.
Yeah, it's like it's not in our control. We're not the ones that raised it. It's fucking the
Like,
big dog in the White House.
exactly.
It was
Like, if I
his choice to raise it.
if I was president, we'd all be dead.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I just can't believe that they took and raised it. Like if you look at places, let's see here.
See, well, I don't want to like dox you or anything, but like, well, you don't have to say where you're from, but where you're from, what are you like paying per gallon?
I'm sorry.
Like, I don't want to like dox you or anything, but like you don't have to say where you're from, but like where you're at, like what per gallon, what are y'all paying over there? Like,
Okay, so yeah, I'm out here in Colorado, and there for a while we were up to like $5 a gallon and everything, and it just was like super crazy expensive. But I've got a map up here on the prices of gas in locations now, and over in California and Washington, they are at $5.47 a gallon right now currently, and the cheapest place, it looks like it is Louisiana, has the cheapest gas at $2.19. And it's in the southernmost area of Louisiana. But even then, like out here in Colorado, we're looking at like gas prices at like $3.83 and stuff like that, and it's starting to go up again. Like we finally got it to go down just enough to where everyone was like not complaining. They're like, hey, okay, we could deal with this. It's cool. But all of a sudden, it's just now raising up again. We went from like 330, now we're up to 380. I'm like, seriously? So I have a feeling that like, even though California went down to $5, even though they were up to like 12, I have a feeling here in the near future they're probably going to end up raising their prices here soon too, again, because tourist season's coming up.
That what?
Tourist season's coming up.
What's that?
Fall break and stuff like that, and winter vacation and stuff like that. A lot of people want to go visit families and visit locations and stuff on their breaks. So tourists is raising up. So I have a feeling that the gas prices are going to rocket up again because of that.
Yeah, because they know, like, como se dice, like here we say, like, a huevo, which means like you have to, like, they know, like, they're either way, the gas is cheap or expensive, the people are still gonna travel because it's family. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what. So yeah, that does make. I do believe you on that one.
I also have a whole, it's a conspiracy, but I feel like it's also a rouge of like, okay, people want to finally get the mask mandate lifted. Well, we're gonna fucking raise the gas prices so people can't go and travel to kind of keep COVID from spreading that way.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I feel like it's kind of like a rouge like that. I mean, like I said, it could be a conspiracy, but I mean, it's pretty damn good at conspiracy.
Yeah, that's actually because I've heard like a lot of conspiracies, and that's actually one of the ones I can put on a list where I can say, yeah, that makes perfect sense. You know?
Right. And it's sad because I've put a lot of thought into it. And then just like literally a minute ago, I was like, I feel like it has to do with COVID.
Something. Nowadays, what doesn't? Something bad happens like COVID. Like
yeah, like even COVID was a scary thing, but people are making it seem worse than it actually was. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, you guys. It was a terrible thing. It was bad. It did kill like millions of people.
Yeah,
But millions.
Like I work in a funeral home, so like yeah, like I do remember most that we were getting for a while. Like that's all it was. But
yeah,
it wasn't really the COVID that had killed them. It was because they already had something prior to it
that COVID took and just like I took a grasp on and I gripped it and basically made it worse. It intensified it and caused it to.
Like they usually was
do
like old. It was mostly older people though, like in their 60s, 70s. You know, like with already pre-existing conditions, but
or people with like asthma, or people with health, like different health problems, like heart disease and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was for a while, like it was pretty crazy. And I remember like me and my dad, like we would have to put on like suits and stuff, dude, and then like let's take it off, and then we come home
like those hazmat suits.
Yeah, we'd have to come home, take a shower and shit. Like
oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but you know, in the long run though, it was a process, but in the long run, it's like, you know what, it helps. You know, you don't want to be walking around the house, you know, then you have dogs and shit, and you know, you don't want that shit going around. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it makes sense.
No, what was scarier for me though is my mom. She's still. I could tell her, mom, you need to retire already. Like, God, you're too, like, come on, you relax. You know?
Yeah.
She's a school nurse, but for like elementary, for like little kids, and like she's kind of up there in the age, but that's what one of the things that I always worry about too, because like the kids, you know, they wipe their nose and like touch things, you know what I mean?
And
like
they're just like, whoa, you don't know what actually that means, like yes, like vampires in the light.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little biological weapon, like Jesus Christ.
Like, yeah, for real. Spooky season's coming up. Raising some zombies for the spooky season.
That would be crazy, man. Like I've always thought about, like, that would be cool, like a zombie apocalypse. That would be fun.
Right.
But I wouldn't want them to, as long as they don't run and as long as they can't climb, I'm cool. Like,
Yeah, because then, like, for me, I'm a parkourist, so if they can't climb and they can't run, I can outrun those suckers any day, and I can outclimb those suckers any day.
You got it. I mean, bro, I would just legit just sit down. I'm not built for running.
Right.
I used when I was
you would have like 20 guns on your back, pulling it out like fucking. What's his name?
I'd be a guy in a bunker, like for real. I'd be a guy in a bunker right now. I ain't going outside.
And if you were in a bunker, you'd have like little, like at the door, you'd have like little hole just big enough for the barrel in a sight. So you can go plop, plop, plop.
Just be popping them off, dude.
Yeah, for real. Taking out those motherfucking zombies.
I know for a fact, if they could run and climb, I wouldn't make it. I would not make it. My sister would probably be all right. Her husband, because they're like athletes and shit, they'd be all right. They'd be like 10 miles ahead of me. Like, like, just go. I'll be fine.
Right. It's actually kind of funny because my boy Thine Panic, the ones that we've played with before, you haven't played with Thine Panic yet, but you will be hopefully soon. He's my best friend in real life, like in person. I've known him since high school. Him and I took and did this whole doomsday, like plan out and everything, like what we're gonna do, where we're gonna get our weapons from, everything. And we had it all planned out to a T. And we were like, nice. we know we got parkour in our blood, so we know we can do that. If we get in a pickle, we can climb our way out of something. And we know that we can do parkour with bags on our back and wearing skinny tight jeans and long sleeve shirt if we need to. And we know how to be able to do parkour in that. So we know that we could be able to throw stuff on in our bags and stock it full of shit. And like, we had a whole plan. Like, he's even got fucking katanas and shurikens and kunais and stuff like that all in his back of his truck. And then he's got like 2 sleeping bags in the back of his truck, one for him and his brother. He's got like bug out food, bug out different things like that. Like, he had it all planned. We were ready.
Got 2 sleeping bags in the back, katanas, shurikens. Like, what's going on here, son?
Yeah.
You all right? I was a police officer. I was like, what's going on in here?
Yeah. And like, say if a nuke was to be dropped in our city, and say we had like 4 hours to be able to bug out and get out of there, we've already had something like that planned where like an hour is just prepping our stuff, making sure we got everything we need to last us for a while. And then we knew an exact location by like we did a map of like online of the biggest nuke in the world that they have right now. And if it were to be dropped, how far the radiation would go. And
I think the SAR bomb or something like that.
Yeah. And the radiation, there's a place where I go camping 2 hours from where I live.
Nice.
And it's got a tunnel that goes from one end of the mountain side to another end of the mountainside.
Oh, nice.
So we learned that the radiation would only go so far as halfway to that tunnel, and then it would stop. Wow. Because that would be as far as it would be able to reach. Because that tunnel kind of curves around inside the mountainside.
Yeah, and then the mountains, they provide a lot of protection, man.
A lot of cover and stuff like that, yeah. So we found out that if we ever need to bug out, we both have 4-wheel drive vehicles that we can go 4-wheeling. We can go up to where I go camping, go 4-wheeling up into the mountains behind the area of radiation, and be able to just camp there and bug out there for a while. and be safe.
Damn. That's
Like,
crazy. I think maybe where I'm from, because like I'm at the very tip of South Texas, man, and not too many people like everybody thinks that like Corpus is South Texas. It's like, no, it's more south,
yeah,
than
it's more
Corpus.
south because there's that peak that goes down, and Corpus
So like
Christi is the edge
way
of it. It's like right here, and then
Yeah.
there you got that little hook that goes down, and your guys are like right down here.
way at the very like basically Mexico pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
But what do you call it? I've thought about it too. Like obviously, if they're gonna nuke, drop a nuke, they would hit the big cities. Obviously,
Like Dallas
Houston,
and Houston and Fort Worth.
stuff like Fort Worth. Obviously, Fort Worth.
Fort Worth and Dallas are the two biggest ones for sure.
Say like they drop some nukes, right? And it's just so loud that it wakes up like Cthulhu and shit. And then it turns out that H.P. Lovecraft was like, he wasn't bullshitting. It's like, no, all this shit's real.
Right, yeah.
See some fucking crazy shit. Like if you ever get a chance, I highly recommend you should check out some stories, man. Like the Mountains of Madness is a really good one.
Okay.
Call of Cthulhu is pretty great. Curious Case of Wilbert Whately, like those are pretty good ones, and like they're pretty good, man. I think at the Mountains of Madness, since where you're from, since you have a lot of mountains, I think
Right,
even
that would be a good one, yeah.
yeah, like it's like it's got a lot of stuff to do with like outer gods and like eldritch, right? I hope I'm saying that right. Like eldritch horrors, like old school, like
Elder Ridge. I don't know how it would be pronounced.
I think I'm saying it right. Like I've heard somebody say it.
You might be saying it right, yeah.
I heard someone say it one time, and I'm just copying the way they said it.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
But it's just crazy because it is true. Like what cosmic horror, I guess, what makes it scary is when you read it and you think about it, how small we are compared to the rest of the universe.
Oh yeah, true. Like,
Like we like the entire planet as a whole compared to the rest of the universe. Like it is kind of does kind of like trip you out. Like makes you think sometimes. Like what's that one? I think his name's Azathoth or some shit. They call him the blind idiot god. Apparently, we're all just a dream that's going on. The whole universe. So if he ever wakes up, like we're out of existence.
oh, that's weird.
Right? It's crazy. Like I know, like it's insane. And then like the way they describe them, and like if you look up images, they're like they're just things you can't. The way they're written is like they're things you can't, like a human mind can't like comprehend. Like usually the people that see them or whatever, they go insane, or like it's a trip, man. Like cosmic horror is the best. Like
Oh, I bet.
I've never watched Stranger Things, but
Dude, you gotta get into that. For
Yeah.
those of you that like Halloween time and have not seen Stranger Things, you'll want to watch fucking Stranger Things because it trips with your mind and everything, but it's so cool. And if you're a fan of like Dungeons and Dragons, which I don't recommend anyone to play, personally, but that's a personal opinion. But if you guys do like that kind of content, they base it off of Dungeons and Dragons, and it's very crazy to see how everything works out and plays out, and it definitely is trippy, but it's super dope, and it's perfect to binge watch for the Halloween spooky season. So highly recommend to anyone who is out there that hasn't watched it to watch it.
like I haven't seen it, but I've seen like clips on YouTube and stuff. Like when I used to work, I used to have a part-time job at the local grocery store down the street. And everybody
Right.
always tell me, like, dude, if you like that fucking Lovecraft shit, you'll like Stranger Things. I'm like, nah, whatever. Like, and they would show me clips, and I do like the music. like the music did get me, like that synth wave '80s arcade shit. I was like,
Oh
yo,
yeah. Well,
I
that's
was
the
like,
best part of it, honestly.
it's like okay, I was like, this is cool. And then they told me they're like, yeah, it takes place in the '80s. So I was like, okay, like maybe I'll give it a try someday, but I don't know, like I'm
Yeah,
not a
it's supposed to take place in the 80s and everything, but no
I'm
one
surprised
really knows.
I have already, but like to me, like after a certain amount of like I don't know, like I guess maybe I'm just like ignorant like that. Like I'm just like, man, if you're on the, for this many seasons, it's got to be bland already, you know? Like
It definitely is not bland. I can tell you that for sure.
you know what, maybe since like you said Halloween, maybe I'll give it a try, dude. Fuck it, I'll start a season maybe this weekend or something.
Big bet. Yeah, trust me, you'll enjoy it. I I'm excited for it. Sucks ass though because it doesn't come out until like 2022. Not 2022. We're in 22. 24
24. Oh,
2024 the next season.
oh wow. So they
Yeah.
really put thought into it then.
Yeah, they're going detailed on it and it's like fucking crazy seeing it being that way and everything.
Well, you know what? This is an idea for the next podcast, dude. I'll check out a season and I'll give you my thoughts. I guess I don't know.
Right?
Because what I, you know what? Wait a minute. I think maybe I have seen like an episode or two, like a long when it like first came out. I think like yeah, I was still yeah, I was still with my yeah my ex girlfriend. So I think maybe I might have seen like one episode,
Right.
but I my memory is like kind of like
Foggy.
here. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense. So, to with that being in mind, segueing in, we are going to go ahead and segue into our next topic, which is, I believe, the killer clowns. Correct?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted to make sure we were hitting that topic, right?
I have it here on the other paper. I saw my notes. Such a big dork.
Yeah, you're good. I think we all are dorks in our own fun kind of ways, right?
Yeah, you know what, you're right. Like everybody always tells me that though. They're like, dude, like you don't seem like it, but like, like it's just funny, like, because like usually like I'm not like the way I am with like how I'm being with you right now. Like when I go out and like if I'm around people I don't know, like I'm real like to myself. Like I'm not shy. I'm just like okay, I want to see what I'm dealing with first. But then like once I get to know people, then I start to like open up and like be cool. But
Right.
but yeah, like everybody always tells me, like, dude, like you don't seem like that type of guy, like to be like all fucking, like yeah,
Yeah, for real.
kind of seen shit, you know.
Yeah. So with the killer clowns, apparently, for those of you who watch the news and read articles and shit like that, apparently the killer clowns that went on a couple years back, they are talking about them coming back, and I guess they are going to be wreaking havoc on locations. I guess the three main locations that I read was schools, government places, and like stores or something like that. Places with like big crowds of people, and it
Man,
what was it?
I'm on both sides. You know what I mean? Like, because now after, okay, we all remember 2021. Like
Yeah,
after all that, people ain't playing around no more. You know what I mean?
they're just like, we're done with your bull crap.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think or mostly the people that are dressing up as the clowns are gonna have the highest, casualties. That's what I'm thinking. That's my
Right?
prediction.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and they're saying that the schools, like, they're calling these killer clowns like a clan or a posse or a gang or something like that, kind of like how the KKK was, and the neo-Nazis and stuff like that. They're basically being, but instead of it being like for racial reasons, they're
It's
doing
just
it for just to wreak havoc.
like somebody saw The Purge one too many times.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
And the
that's
places
horrible.
where the schools are, they're talking about that the children of the schools are taking part of this, and they're planning to join with this so-called Klan to wreak havoc in the schools.
See,
And
that's scary because then now you have to now people are gonna have to think like, fuck, is that a child? Like, let's say like they try to do some shit, and you pull your weapon. Now you have to think, is that a child under that mask? Like,
or is that an adult?
yeah, like is that somebody that could potentially really hurt me, or is it something I can handle without using a weapon? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then you can't see the face, so that's
That makes it
really
worse.
that's fucking that is scary. That's fucking terrifying. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You have to make that decision. Like, is it something I can handle without using this, or do I need to use this? You know what I mean? Like that's terrifying.
Yeah, it is definitely for sure. And it's just like, really, people, come on, be smarter than that. Oh wait, we're in a time where people are fucking numb and dumb in their noggins.
Yeah, we have people that like like not to get like real political, but we have people that are older than me and you that should be by I guess the rule of law that if you're our elder you're supposed to be smarter, right? But people out there saying that like the Holocaust and shit didn't happen. It's like, how fucking dumb are you? Like, really? Like, you
Right,
know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, and that's another scary thing. If people can be that, like you said, that numb in the mind, like there's nothing that they're not capable of doing,
Yeah, for
violence wise.
real. And something that I think about is like it goes towards how these kids were raised in their homes and everything.
Sometimes you have children raising children.
Yeah, children raising children, so they don't know who their actual parents are. And they're like, if you look at these serial killers like Jeffrey Dahmer and all those guys, they're basically like, with them, they grew up in a shitty childhood.
It's what you grow up around.
Yeah, so the people who are taking part of this killer clown posse or clan or whatever the fuck you want to call it, were probably kids. The kids that are taking part of it, or even the adults, are probably people who grew up in these homes where either they were abused, they were tortured, or they were sexually assaulted, and it's
Oh, yeah.
causing to wreak havoc in their minds and not know right from wrong because of it, because they think, oh, I grew up this way, this is right, when in
This is the
reality
world.
it's everything wrong.
Yeah, it's like the world is not like that. Not everybody is just because you grew up in that situation. Not everybody in the world is like that. Not everybody in
And
the
it's
world
going to
can
have that
be
same
like,
situation. Yeah.
like people are different, and like I said, that's the scary thing. But it's like it comes back to like, why do that? Like, get a healthy get. Like I grew up. I used to be I used to be a very angry dude, man. Like, but I thank God, like I have two awesome parents, and I had awesome friends that like, they taught me things like, hey man, just get a hobby, something healthy.
Yeah.
You like comic books, like, yeah, I like comic books. Then read more comic books, fucking do some, little models, make some paintings, start collecting stuff, like get a hobby, get a healthy hobby, something that, just for maybe 2 hours a day you can get your mind out of that place,
Yeah, exactly.
and it makes a big difference. But the thing is, nobody talks about that anymore. Like, about like, yeah, you have all this stuff built up, and you come from here and there. Like, yeah, I get, like, okay, I get it, or not. Not that I get it. Like, oh, I understand completely. 'Cause, like, I've never been in
Their
like
situation.
in those certain situations. I've never been in, so I can't say that like I get it. But I get it. You're mad about it. You're mad about the circumstances that you were dealt. but there's ways to deal with it, and nobody really brings that up anymore. Everybody's first thing is just violence, and that's not
Yeah.
good. That's very scary. It's like there's we can be humans and talk about it. We don't have to fucking resort to that.
You got to
You
find
know,
someone who is willing to just sit down and take and listen with you. And if you're ever in a low state of your mind or your place, do something that you love to do that isn't bad. So like Jewdog was saying, like take and like for us, we do gaming. For me personally, one of the things that I like to do as well on the side, and if you guys have ever noticed on the bottom left corner here, whenever I'm streaming, there is a four different logos that are going through. Three of them are the gaming channels that I play with, but the fourth one, the JNR Street Stunts, that's me and my best friend's parkour channel, and we created that as a way to a segue into like keeping ourselves sane and not going into a deep dark state.
yeah.
One of the major things about it was it helped to like relieve our anger. We were able to release our anger through that.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's just like it helped take our minds off of the situations that are going on in our lives and the issues that we're having. And one of the major things about that was it helped us. It actually helped us. And I know for some people, like doing arts and crafts, like that's your go-to. Amazing. Do that. Use that as a way to be able to express your feelings and get out of your mental state you're in.
martial arts as a child, and well, not as a child, but like as a teenager. And then in high school, somebody introduced me to wrestling, and then I was like, "Yo," I was like, "This is my thing. Like, this is perfect. Like, you mean I get to throw people around and not get in trouble? Like, yes." And then it's healthy for you because it helps you in your school because like I don't know how school works over there, but we have a thing: no pass, no play. So if you don't do good
I
in
wouldn't
school,
know.
you can't participate in the game or whatever. So at the same time, it makes you want to go to school because you want to participate.
Oh,
You know what
okay.
I
So
mean?
yeah, it's like one of those things where if you're not getting passing grades, where it's
You can't.
an
You
A
can't.
or high, like what is it, a B plus or
You had to
higher?
have, yeah, you at least had to have like B's, like at least B's and C, like
B's and
B's and
C,
like
no, not
yeah,
C's, not
something
C's.
yeah. I
C's,
was like,
they'll kind of get on your tail and be like, hey, we see you're in a C, you need to get it up.
yeah,
But
they
like
would give you an
B's,
extra work. Yeah.
like C's, they'll put you on the bench.
Mhm.
D's and F's, they'll take and kick you out. B's and A's, they'll put you in the game. Yeah,
No,
we had something similar like that for us as
they
well.
wouldn't
Even
out
for
like
us theater kids, we were the same way,
yeah.
where we
If you
had to
got
keep our
D's
grades
and
up to do that.
if you got D's and stuff like that, they wouldn't kick you out. Like you were still allowed to go to practice, but they would give you like an extra workout. Like, you know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
you
Like,
would have to do, instead of like doing 20 push-ups, you had to do 50 push-ups or something like that.
or like if everybody's running a mile, well, you got to run a mile and a half. Like some shit like that.
Usually those kids that ended up having to do something like that turned out to be their best players because they turned around and got their scores up and ended up becoming their best players because of it.
I wasn't too good. I was all right, but I just enjoyed I enjoyed it because I met a lot of great people there. Like
That
that.
had your back and was there to help you through
Yeah.
times when you need it. Yeah.
And then I met so many other people that like I could say literally say like they had it way worse than I did. And then you learn to have respect in the sense of like, dude, they have it way worse than I do, but look at how awesome their attitude is, like how great of a person they are. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like it says, there's always somebody that has it worse than you. You think you got it bad, there's always somebody that has it worse. And then you would run into people, or I would run into people like that, and they were like the nicest people ever. And it would like kind of make you think too, like, dude, if that guy has it worse and he has such a good attitude, why am I being a little bitch about stuff?
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah, and that once again, like that's where like having people around you who are there for you and be able to help you through times that you're going through and shit like that is amazing. Like Jewdog, you cool with what I share, like what you had told me a couple of days ago?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so I know that Jewdog was in a deep, dark state a couple of days ago, or week ago, or however long ago it was when we first met, on our stream and stuff. And it was one of those things where he was such dark state that he was like, you know what, I'm going to try to play my game. If this doesn't help, I'm going to end it all type thing. And it was,
Man, like
it was
not-
really bad. But then he ended up meeting me and my boy Trap for Edgar.
everybody,
Our-
y'all fucking helped
Stay
out a lot.
Salty, Batman. All of us. It was like it happened where we met each other by chance, and we didn't even mean to meet each other, but it was like God or fate or whoever you guys want to take and say it was, or karma or
The universe.
the
whatever.
universe, like whatever you guys want to call it, took and made it to where all of us took and were able to talk to one another through a game and be able to bring you out of a dark state that you were in.
Yeah. And then what makes it more amazing is like how many times have you met people like on the internet or like not on the internet? Well, yeah, the internet or playing video games,
Technically,
like,
it's
play-
the internet,
like,
yeah.
You play like 1 or 2 games with them, but then you forget who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus like how it happened, like I said, like with y'all, you know, like
It's like
just,
we had a
you kept
click and
saying-
we are like, hey, we could be friends.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it was just something that was just like meant to happen, I guess. You know what I mean? And then it turns out that Stay Salty Batman, he's around from where I live, you know, so like it was just magic. I don't know, something.
Something like that, yeah. Whatever you guys may say, it's just like fate, as some people may say. Took and caused it to happen, and it was one of those things that it was for the best. It helped us out and everything, and now like you are playing with us a lot more and everything, and you guys are just laughing your asses off because of it. And I know like one of the days you said that you're laughing your ass off so much that you took and ended up feeling like you did like thousands of crunches and almost had a 12-pack.
I woke up like, did I go to the fucking? When the hell did I start the gym?
Yeah, you're like, did I go to the gym last night? Oh shit, no, that's right. I streamed with Team Money and I took and laughed for like 3 hours straight.
My parents even told me that like my attitude, like, well, like I usually like keep, you know, I try to be as nice as possible, but like they've told me like just even like your outside appearance is just like happier. Like, yeah, because I am, like, I actually do feel happy. Like,
Yeah, and that's something I like to say is like when I first met you, I could tell you were in a dark state just from the way you were talking and your demeanor when I was watching your stream and everything. You were all slouched and you're just like, I'm kind of
Yeah.
like over this and stuff like that. Well, now look at you. You're over here laughing, you're smiling, you've got a straight posture. You're looking like you're a lot happier now. And
that's-
you could
that's-
definitely tell how much you've changed. And that's why we can't stress it enough. If you guys are ever in that state,
just-
find someone who will make you guys laugh. That's why we love it when you guys take and join in on our streams, watch our streams, and chat with us and everything. I had one guy who took and told me that he was scared for his life because there was a mass murder going on in his country. And I was able to talk to him and everything, say, hey, man, we're here for you. Keep us posted. Let us know what's going on. He told me that later on that the guy got caught and he feels a lot safer now. And he's thankful that we were there for him when we were streaming.
Yeah, bad guys never win. Bad guys never win.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's the whole reason why we're streaming for you guys. We're not doing it to make money. We're doing it. Like what? Like, like yeah, we want the money, but like it's
Also,
not our main goal. Our main goal isn't to make the money. Our main goal is to get the follower base to where we can chat with more of you guys, more people, and be able to talk with y'all while we're playing our game, and to be able to make you guys smile and laugh and have fun and get out of your dark states that you guys may be in.
because have you
And
ever noticed how everybody pushes physical health so much, nobody really talks about mental health.
exactly, yeah. They're like,
Everybody's like,
"Oh,
oh,
you're
oh,
fat. You
what
need to take and lose
is
weight and stuff like that." No. What if
the fat
like
off brains, you know,
what if they're fat is because they're depressed,
or something, you know,
and
or
their
just
depression
anything.
is causing them to stress eat or something like that. No one ever
People
thinks
are
about that.
different because every people, you know, some people might smoke cigarettes, do drugs, or
Drink
overeat. Like,
alcohol or whatever. Yeah.
exactly. You know, like I know I drink a lot, but that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just who I am. But some of it did start with, like, I guess, a form of depression. I guess I don't know, but now it's just who I am. You know, I just drink. You know.
Right. Yeah. So it's one of those things that we want you guys to be able to join in and chat with us in our streams and everything, because we want to be able to know how you guys are doing, talk with y'all, and
You don't even have to tell us what's going on. Just, just
just
joining
even
in.
watch our
Just
streams
laugh.
and
Yeah,
just say,
just laugh.
"Hey, how you doing today, bro?"
You know, that's something we really enjoy doing. Like, it's like they say, like, how do you want to, not, like, how can I put this? Like, how do you want to help the world in a way? And, like, I guess, like, the best way is, like you said, like, just putting on funny content like this. Like, like y'all did it for me. I don't mind doing it for other people. Just talking about stuff and talking with people, talking to people, talking about things like that. It's the best feeling in the world sometimes, because it's true. Like, sometimes all people need is just something to get their mind off whatever
Right.
they're in.
Exactly. Yeah, man. True that. And yeah, I know that it took a toll for the dark. But we want you guys to know that we're here. We care about you guys and everything, and not to be afraid to reach out to us or anything like that. If you guys want to. If you guys don't feel like you want to, watch our content at least. Just watch our content and we'll make you laugh.
Because I'm like the dumbest person on the team, so I'm pretty sure I'll make you laugh.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really, really learned how to no
Like
scope.
last night's stream. Oh my goodness, bro. Boy.
I
You were
really
over there
learned how to
fucking
no scope.
killing all of our team.
Oh, the other day was because y'all make me nervous. It was like, go
We
behind
were
you, and then
like
I turn around
behind
and
you,
then
and you
you
turn
drop me
around,
and
you kill
you drop
me,
me.
and I'm like, bro, no one's behind you. It's me, fucker.
Make me nervous sometimes, and I just see something move, and I'm just like, what the hell's that?
Right, for real.
And then we fucking jump in a gun game where I could kill everybody, and I'm not even shooting people.
Right. All right. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we do have for today's stream. Not stream, podcast. God, I'm so used to streaming.
Yeah,
That's
no,
all the
me
time
too.
we have for today's podcast, unfortunately. But keep it tuned for our future podcasts that we got going on. Hopefully, future ones are going to be a lot funnier. Not as dark as this one.
No, we're still getting it going, man. And that's the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, we're starting out, unfortunately. But like we said, if you guys want to see something for us to talk about in future podcasts, comment down below and we'll take and discuss some of those topics you guys want to hear us talk about. And we'll discuss it with you guys and everything and put our thoughts out there into it and everything like that. Um, but you guys have been amazing. Thank you for supporting us and everything. And G-Dog, is there anything else you want to say before we get going?
Well, just the same thing, like you said, like, yeah, like, thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for support and everything. And always remember, there's whether it's us or there or a hotline or whatever, there's always a place or somebody that you can call and talk to. And
And
always
reach out
remember
to.
that, ladies and gentlemen, there is people out there that do genuinely care, and not everybody is the same.
Exactly.
That's how I want to leave it, but we will be doing more of these. We will hopefully be getting funnier.
Oh
as we go
yeah,
along.
cracking more jokes and everything.
But it's
And
just
we'll probably talk about our past streams and everything too every once in a while, and
yeah,
the
it's
jokes
a
that
new
we cracked on
territory
it.
it's very new territory for us. This whole podcast stuff, like so hopefully we'll be able to put videos and like little stuff together for y'all, make it funny.
Give you guys a little like video, like whether it's something that we are doing a reaction video or something like that on our previous videos or something like that. Something that you guys can physically watch other than our two weird looking faces that are totally whited out. But other than that, you guys have been amazing.
Remember, if you guys are feeling bad, remember it could always be worse. You could look like this.
Yeah, exactly. You can look like this where I'm balding. Like, look at that. Look at that. I'm balding. I'm bald. I'm 22 and I'm balding.
That is a face only a mother could love. Look at this.
Right? But you guys have been amazing. Thank you for tuning in. This is T-Money and Jewdog1302jay signing off for the first podcast. Stay tuned for next week's podcast, episode 2. And later tonight, be keeping an eye out for our stream that we are going to be posting with y'all. So hopefully you guys enjoy. And if you guys do, make sure to drop a like down below. If you're new to the channel and you love seeing our content or hearing our podcasts, subscribe and click that bell notification up here so you can get notified for whenever we go live on both of our channels. But like I said, this is T-Money and Jewdog signing off. You guys have been amazing. And until the next one, have a good night.
Kisses to everybody.
Signing off, you guys.